Hi, I'm Anita, and a friend of mine asked me what she can do this summer to get her 3-year-old ready for preschool this fall. And after I answered her, I realized that this is probably a question on many moms' minds. I remember when I worked in preschool or in toddler classrooms, a lot of moms would come very worried and anxious on their first day that their child was ready for this group activity. And so what I realized is that it's actually probably a great question to address for so many moms out there. If you want to get your 3-year-old ready for preschool, there's really just 3 main things that you have to consider and that you should try to work on if you have the time. If not, the preschool classroom is going to be focusing on that. So here's the first thing. Work on executive functioning. Executive functioning is basically just meaning that it's self-control, having flexible thinking, and working memory. So it's not expected that they master these things because even as adults, we're still working on these skills. But if you can do anything to support these areas in the summer or, before they're 3 and go into group care, it will help. So here's an example for each of those. So flexible thinking means that they can change their thinking from one time or one place or one person to another person or setting. So what I mean is let's say you're singing a song to a tune and that tune is like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or something. And then you want to make up words to the same tune. They actually flexibly understand that it's okay that that song and that tune can be different. It can change. Another example is sometimes at the table, people sit a certain way, a certain place every single time, or puts things at the table in a certain way. Well, flexible thinking means that they can adapt and when things are changed. Like, oh wait, no, now mommy's sitting in a different spot today. And working memory is when they're able to just remember where things are or able to follow a simple 3-step direction. Because that's a really big preschool skill is being able to follow a 3-step direction. Like first, go stand at the door. Second, find your shoes. And third, find your coat. Well, those are 3 things that they have to use their working memory to remember. Think about us as an adults. Sometimes we don't remember 3 things. We think about one thing at a time and then we forget what we were doing. So it's really great if you can work on that with children also. And I used to like to use my fingers when I would help them. I'd say, first you're going to do this, then you're going to do this, then you do that. And self-control, it takes years of practice. But even if you just start with the beginning steps of being patient or having a strategy like practicing how to wait for things or take turns and using activities and routines and predictability is going to help get that type of patience, get that type of self-control. So if you can just get routines and activities to practice being patient, a really great one for this is playing a game like freeze dance or follow the leader. There are ways that they have to reinforce the stop, look, listen, and self-control. The second big thing that you can do for your child to support them getting ready for preschool is language. It's not just about books and using a pencil or coloring or reading or writing or any of that. It's the actual language exposure. You can use books and exposure to books as a part of that, but extend it with language, extend it with conversation. You can do this when you're standing at the grocery store line or when you're walking around the block. Have conversations about what you see, have conversations about what you notice, things like that. The third thing that you can do for your child is give them experiences to be curious in the environment with the people they love. This is going to help them become critical thinkers and learn how to problem solve. So, for example, hands-on opportunities to play with various materials like sand, water, rocks, that's going to give them the ability to manipulate different textures and learn math concepts such as weight or science like physics. And if you give them time to build things like with blocks or boxes or even with pillows and sheets, you're going to give them the chance to experience and experiment some basic engineering that can really go in a long way. And then if you give kids the chance to experience open-ended play and you encourage them to do more on the process of things like process art versus product art, you're going to encourage some creativity and imagination. If you get them to use their hands in experiences with the world around them and foster that creativity and imagination, then they're going to start critical thinking in what's going on around them and problem solving it. And when you pair it with an adult talking about what they're doing, it's going to make them become bigger thinkers. Young children, They learn the cause and effect, how things go and how things stop. And when you build in those opportunities to talk, they can reflect on their experiences. And then what you'll find is their brain is going to build more stronger neurons, which is going to solidify their learning. So when your child has creative experiences, hands-on, you're building also in self-regulation, those control impulses, flexible thinking, and you can pair it with some language skills at the same time. And next thing you know, you've got your child's foundation ready. Those academics will come after they've had these experiences of concrete play. So I hope that this is really helpful for you to see these 3 key things that you want to get your child exposed to and experience in to get them ready for preschool. You're not going to find that the end result is that they've got it all when they go, but you can start this ball and get this start to move for them. And don't forget, if you find this helpful, share, like, and subscribe, or visit kidsmoveandlearn.com. Thanks. Bye.